Returning through time+Ancient and Modern+Fortune telling+Ghost Hunting+Entertainment Circle+Shuangwen, the female lead is a high-level expert and a beauty dog also known as, after Journey Back, full-rank Big Boss explodes the entertainment circle, me. Full-level deity, is it reasonable to have some mystical knowledge? 40 years ago, Shi Yang traveled through a different world, upgrading and defeating monsters all the way, and finally reached the full level. After sacrificing himself to save the world, he tore apart time and space and returned to modern times. By chance, he possessed the newly deceased reincarnation. Self-reincarnation, depression and suicide. The reason is my adoptive mother was critically ill and had no money to treat her. She was a true and false daughter, and my biological parents despised her. She was expelled from the group acting circle, crushing the last straw of the camel. It's okay, now that the true soul returns, everything is not a problem. Shi Yang was shocked. Wow, technology in 40 years is so amazing. Good guy, the Immortal World is now fully connected to the 6G network. The landowner skillfully pulled out his phone. She originally wanted to make money through live streaming, but the live streaming room was closed, so she had to sell some jewelry. Magical healing techniques heal foster mothers. From then on, she became active at the forefront of the entertainment industry. Attempting to raise ghosts to achieve success in one's career will ultimately backfire on oneself. Making small moves behind the scenes will only backfire on oneself. From then on, the biological parents of the wealthy family became strangers, and Shi Yang never cared about the true or false wealth. As for that man, although he is plagued by bad luck, his face and figure are both good, he treasures with CP, Chapter 1. She finally returns. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 2. Is really good, returning to the human world again. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 3. First live broadcast. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 4. What's wrong with me? You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 5. It is impossible to cook by hand. You are listening at novel full.audio. Don't be afraid, beautiful woman. We are all with you. Did you rent a ghost house? There won't be any fatalities in this house, will there? The master just said to have the police come and move the mattress, isn't it what I thought? Red high heels, they are mostly for love killing. The girl huddled in the living room sofa, not daring to move until the police knocked on the door. Did you call the police? The female police officer who opened the door spoke. Seeing the girl sweating profusely and clearly frightened, she immediately changed her tone and softly said, "Little girl, tell auntie, what happened to you?" There's a ghost. Bed. Go and see the bed, the girl said and fainted, her tightly held phone turning off due to low battery. Hey, girl. Girl, wake up. It seems that this girl is scared enough. Isn't it the anchor intentionally telling ghost stories to scare people? Did anyone notice that the anchor just said the little girl woke up and chatted privately about her giving to Fu? Cow. There is another chance, a carnival. If multiple people have visited the carnival at the same time, I will select them by sending lucky bags. The person who has won the lucky bag can be tested. I waited for half an hour without anyone delivering the carnival, and halfway through, Yang played 2 improvised 10-minute-long songs. Although there is no carnival, there are many scattered rewards due to the sound of the piano. The live broadcast lasted for more than 2 hours, and Shi Yang felt a bit tired. So he said to the more than 600 people in the live broadcast room, "It seems that we won't be able to wait for the third destined person today. This opportunity is reserved for the next live broadcast. Thank you all for watching. I will announce the next live broadcast time in advance in the dynamic. After speaking, Shi Yang closed the live broadcast. At 2:30 p.m., she looked at the homepage and found 239 followers. I took another look at the results of today's live broadcast, including 2 carnivals, 15 Porsche cars, 10 Lamborghini cars, and several roses. But what kind of ghost is that shower? In short, the income earned from this live broadcast, along with the platform's share and tax deduction, can earn 3,979 yuan. The good news is that she earns enough money from a live broadcast to cover Jiang Qin's treatment and hospitalization expenses for a week, while the bad news is that the money can only be withdrawn on the 10th of next month. The compromise news is that tomorrow is next month. For Jiang Qin, this money is just a drop in the bucket. She also learned about the housing prices in 40 years, they are simply sky high, and 39 can't afford 1 square meter in Jiangqing. But there are many valuable treasures in her soul space, should we consider selling some? The soul space is refined by her own divine soul and inner cultivation method, forming a small world within. As long as her soul does not die, it will follow her for life and death. There are also countless treasures hidden inside, all of which were collected in various ways by those people when she was in a different world, in order to make her happy and not want to escape or die. They are all a group of lovely people. Shi Yang nodded at the corner of his eye, put the mask into the space, and got up to go to the kitchen. Hands cooking is not allowed. A spell passed, the refrigerator automatically opened, the pork ribs thawed on their own, then jumped from the freezer to the sink, took a cold shower, and lay on the cutting board. The nearby machete looks like an executioner, cutting the pork ribs into small pieces one by one, and then queuing up to jump into the pot and blanch water. In the clay pot, ginger slices were stir-fried, and the pork ribs made a sizzling sound under the hot oil. Soon, the aroma of stewed pork ribs emerged from the clay pot. The rice is already cooking obediently in the rice cooker. The kitchen cooks automatically and the broom cleans automatically. Shi Yang sat on the sofa watching TV, feeling that she still knew too little about the world 40 years later. This TV is really high definition. Looking back, her family was so wealthy, and the TV was never so thin. Computers are not that small either. The texture of this notebook is comfortable to touch. And there is also the intelligent cooking robot in that short video, which her idea of back then became a reality 40 years later. The pork ribs were stewed for 2 hours, and the kitchen cooked 2 more meat dishes and stewed a bird's nest. Bird's nest is the inventory in her space. There are countless nourishing things and medicinal herbs in her space. First, pack a portion for Jiang Qin, and then Shi Yang sat at the dining table to enjoy dinner. The ingredients do not contain spiritual energy, so they taste too ordinary, but the taste is very good. Bird's nest beauty can enhance qi and blood, and Shi Yang left most of it to Jiang Qin. Carrying the insulated bucket, Shi Yang went to experience the subway again. It was not yet rush hour, so the subway was not too crowded. Shi Yang sat obediently on the subway seat wearing a mask, with people occasionally glancing at her and secretly taking photos. Her sitting posture is so good that even wearing a mask cannot conceal her beautiful temperament. At first glance, she looks like a beauty. It doesn't matter, anyway, if she wants to become a big star in the future, she will have to face many shots. Now that someone is exposed, they are making her a wedding dress. When Shi Yang got off at Jiangqing People's Hospital Station and arrived at Jiang Qin's ward, she was leaning against the bedside hanging water. "Mom." Shi Yang placed the insulation bucket on the bedside table. "Magnificent." Jiang Qin's dim eyes were instantly full of energy. Why did Xianyan come? If they found out, it wouldn't be good. Jiang Qin was both happy and scolded with a hint of reproach. "You will always be my mother, and I won't leave you behind." Shi Yang blended the little girl's spirit and transformed into the way she spoke, acting for himself. "Everything is fine with me, Xianyan." Don't worry, tell Mom, how are they treating you? Very good. It's really great. By the way, I brought soup and sugar water over. Mom, you try them all by following the method you taught me. Shi Yang opened the thermos and picked up a spoon to feed Xianyan bird's nest. Xianyan finished eating and then remembered what the sweet syrup was just now. She immediately said, "Don't bring me such an expensive thing in the future. Mom is in good health, so you should supplement yourself. Look at how long you've been gone, you've lost so much weight. I'm not thin, I don't want to see my mother thin. I'll cure you. You need to eat more nutritious food, and you can't treat yourself unfairly just to save money." Shi Yang's nose twitched and his eyes turned red. She thought of her parents. When she left, they were only in their 50s. 40 years had passed in the blink of an eye, and they never saw their daughter again until they died. And my brothers and sisters, they are all in their 60s and 70s now, and they are also in their old age. Upon seeing this, Xianyan felt anxious and said, okay. Yang is the best for her mother. You are the best Yang for her, and she will definitely be fine. Mom also wants to see Yang get married and have children, and be the happiest woman in the world. Shi Yang smiled and said, then try the pork rib soup I cooked again. Okay. When Xianyan finished hanging, Shi Yang helped her pull out the needle. She still had a retention needle tied to her hand. In order to prevent infection, intravenous infusion was often needed. If the blood vessels were punctured too many times, it would not be good, resulting in a retention needle. Sometimes, Xianyan, who had never had much appetite, ate bird's nest, drank half a box of pork rib soup, and a small bowl of rice. My stomach is full, my heart is warm. Shi Yang massaged her for a while, leaving a trace of spiritual power on several advantageous acupoints, kneading them into spiritual needles and piercing them to promote the circulation of vitality in her body, which is helpful for the recovery of blood diseases. Chapter 6, Then I'll give you all the food to eat. You are listening at novel.Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 7. Open your titanium alloy dog eyes. You are listening at novel.Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 8. I admit I am a beauty dog. You are listening at novel.Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 9. I didn't have bad luck with you today. You are listening at novel.Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 10. Good or bad? You are listening at novel.Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text.